Daniel says, hi, Mehran. Daniel, 33 from Amsterdam. Again, two questions this time. One is, when do you know when you're over your ex? And two, I have a big presentation to give in San Francisco next week for hundreds of people. That's going to be such a fun thing. You'd love it. All right, first things first. How do you know when you're over the ex? That's a question. It's like saying, how do you know you're hungry? How do you know that you're full? Look, you're hungry, you buy ingredients, you wash them, prepare them, cook the food according to certain recipe, and you increase and decrease this and that, salt, pepper, whatever it is, and it's prepared, and you make a nice table, sit down, maybe have a cup of tea or later, right on the table, or you're being served with the food in a restaurant. So anyhow, you eat it. It's like asking me, when do you know you're full? You'll know. You don't have the hunger anymore. So when you don't have the hunger for your ex anymore, whether because you recognize your own value, recognize that you have a say in this, recognize that it is you who gave her value, recognize that it was your desire, your ability to desire a woman that made you think that she is so important. Is she desirable, or is it your desire that makes her desirable? Is it the apple that is very important, or is it your hunger that makes the apple important? When you recognize that you have a say in this, that you're the center, you're the boss, you're the one that goes through, allows this to feel the way it makes you feel, the way you feel. It is you who makes this feeling to happen, to come to be. You are in control. It's not like from the outside you have no choice, you're somehow, it's overpowering you. It is you that gives it the power. Your attention, your thoughts, your desire for that woman. Then you go through the video that I made, previously, and also yesterday, which is now trimmed, and it's going to be uploaded as why you want the ex back. Or no, how to stop wanting the ex back. How desire is born and how to stop it. So that video will help you to support this little chat that we have here. So when you recognize all that you are it, you are the one that gives value to her, you are the one who allows missing her to happen, not that you're not in control, you have no say in this, and it is imposed on you. You must feel hungry, you must miss her, you must not be over her because she's the power over you. When you realize this is the way it is you are empowered, you are there, you're the center of everything, you make things happen, and then it is just like this. Turn it off. Because you realize that all I have to do is to eat food. I'm not hungry anymore. So to stay hungry or not stay hungry is up to me. We're not talking about a situation where there's no food around. We're talking about, civilized world and comfort available and so on. In your case, when you realize that it is you allowing yourself to think that you're helpless, that she has the power, rather than that it is your desire that gives her power, it is your desire that makes you not be over your ex, not that you can't be over your ex. You simply think that you shouldn't be over your ex because it's a sin, because it was your own brainchild. It was your choice. It was you. It was something that you wanted, and you're an important person. So what you wanted must have been important. If you're the most important person in the world to you, and you wanted something, and you made that something to be the most important thing in the world because it is you who wanted it, so you made that so big to make yourself feel good and big, and now you fell into that trap that you created by making that thing so big to make yourself feel so big and good, and now you actually think, I've lost something so big and important. It wasn't. You made it important. You created that image of her in your mind about her. She didn't do it on her own. She doesn't have the qualifications. Unless she is the cure for common cold, for cancer, for other diseases, she's the most compassionate of the all in the world, and she takes care of the children, feeds the hungry and elderly, and helps them out, and brings cure and healing to people, and just keeps the world balanced. Unless she's that, she's got no qualifications to be that important. Why is she so important then? You made her important because you're important. You wanted it to reflect, your choice to reflect who you are. So you build that up in your own mind. You went through the whole reason why you want her, the desire, the intimacy, the fact that you want a woman and all that. And then you're so important and your ego made her even bigger than that. And suddenly you were swept away with the wave that you created. And instead of stopping the wave, you're now thinking, oh, the wave is outside of me. I have no control on it. And you think she on herself is an anomaly, is the most amazing thing since sliced bread. And you fail to see, how can I get out of this wonderful thing that you have created in your own mind? Simple. You fill the balloon and let it up. You still got the string in your hand. Pull it down and let the air out of it. You created it. Deflate it. Simple. Recognize that there's so many wonderful and beautiful women out there that you having the hunger, the desire, being the instigator, being the source of this hunger, this desire, you can make a big deal out of them, just like you made a big deal out of this one. But what disqualifies them is when they do not want to be with you, when they do not choose to be paid attention to by you, then that disqualifies. That's the time that you simply stop the desire. And it's all up to you. One of the many ways to stop the desire is simply by recognizing the availability of millions of other wonderful, amazing women in this world. And when you simply understand that you have the hunger, you can be hungry for anything you want. Just because you're hungry, that doesn't mean you can only have that one food. You are the one who feels hungry. Therefore, you are the one who can satisfy it. And you are the one who can choose how to satisfy your hunger. Your hunger is your capability. And the satisfaction, the satisfying your hunger is also within your capability. It's your choice, based on your choices. So choose another food to satisfy your hunger. You don't need this one to satisfy your desire. You can have someone else to satisfy everything that you wanted this one to satisfy you with, provide. Friendship, companionship, intimacy, whatever it is that you wanted to provide and give and sacrifice yourself for her comfort. You can do it for someone else who would actually be in tune with you and want to be with you, choose to be with you, not the one that actually doesn't want to now, or did once and now doesn't, and you're thinking, oh, she must be really something that she doesn't want me. That must mean she's better than me. No, it just means she's disqualified. Because number one rule to be qualified for a partner, for you to choose a woman, or woman choosing, well, whatever your relationships are, is that if they want each other. If they don't, that's the end of it. Move on. It's not the end of the world. Look, there's 7 billion people in this world. None could be the beginning and end of this world. Everyone is a fragment of this life, of this world, not the entirety of it. So when you make one person entirety of your whole world and experience in this life, you're simply being silly. If she doesn't want to be with you, respect that. That's part of being a gentleman, part of being a man. Respect a woman's choice. But that also doesn't mean you don't respect yourself. Also, respect yourself. Meaning, if she doesn't want to be with you, respecting her and respecting yourself is the same. Meaning, you respect her choice and let her and wish her well, let her go. And you respect yourself by not wanting to pursue her. By understanding that it is disrespectful to you to follow a girl who has told you doesn't want you. I don't care why. But it is disrespectful to you to mushy up to her, constantly try to see if she would want you. Why? What's wrong with you? Why are you so lack of confidence? Why? Why? Why is she better than you? Because you want her? That makes her better? What has she done on herself, on her own, to be desirable, to be qualified on her own rather than to be qualified because you desire her? The fact that you want her doesn't make her independently smart or qualified or intelligent or whatever else qualifications you need. You may not know enough and you may choose something that is really not the right choice. But just because you desired it doesn't automatically mean that she's the best choice around. What if you go to a restaurant and you see the menu and you order a food that you don't know what it is? You don't know that food. It's a different country. But because you ordered it, it's supposed to be the best available? No, that's all you knew. You only knew about potato and meat, and that's what you picture see there, you order that. But if you knew about other ingredients that makes wonderful, delicious food, nutritious food around the world, you would have maybe thought differently. But you don't know it. So the limited knowledge that you have does not mean what you choose based on that limited knowledge is the actual best choice for you. It just means to your knowledge, limited knowledge, that's the best choice. Now, the best choice in your mind tells you, I don't want you. That should already become not the best choice anymore. Why? Because like the food on the menu is too expensive. So I don't care what ingredient is too expensive. I don't want it. I don't have that kind of money. I don't want to spend that kind of money. You must be logical. If someone comes around and tells you, listen, that food that you chose is only potato and meat, but I offer you and I tell you that other one on the menu, wow, and you don't understand what it is, it's got many different nutrients, superfoods, and so on, and delicious and wonderful and light and makes you energetic and all that good stuff. You haven't tried it. That's the right one for you, for your age, for your understanding, for your chemistry and all that so forth. Now, understanding that the knowledge is limited, then you would be open to this new knowledge. And you would go on and explore, and lo and behold, find, holy macaroni, it's right. It's better than that thing that I thought is the best. Because that was the limited knowledge I had about what best is for me. But I didn't know what other things out there are that could be best for me. Now I have that knowledge. And for exploring that knowledge, the first step is the recognizing if the person is qualified or not. And what makes her qualified or not, first and foremost, is when she says, I don't want to be with you. That doesn't mean she's better than you and you should pursue her now. Please want me. No, it means she just told you she's no longer qualified. Because you should only think A woman that is qualified for you is the woman who, among other things, other qualifications that she has to have, she says, yes, I want to pursue a relationship with you. Then you go on and see if she has other qualifications or not. But if she doesn't say that first part of the qualification list, that means you simply should focus on a better recipe that is out there. That's a guideline. So when you recognize that it is you that has given all the importance to her, it is you that have convinced yourself that she's the right choice for you to desire, it is your desire that makes her important, not she on her own with her accomplishments, vast accomplishments in the world, and its contribution to the well-being of the balance of the world makes her to be that important. When you understand that, then you're free from her, because you know it's all centers around you, not around the one that you think you're in love with. You can't be in love with someone who doesn't want you. Why would you? Then you understand that it's not love, that is lust. And lust, so many other sources that you can satisfy that. So that should come secondary. Love and understanding, bonding, and consciousness should come first. And if she says she doesn't want you and she's not compatible, that means that first ingredient to create love in the long term is not even there. The consciousness level bonding is not even there. So you should not pursue that because there could be a lust and pleasure in there. So on that note, you will easily be able to move on just because she said no. Respect her choice and respect yourself. There is such a freedom in respecting yourself and understanding that you're respectable. You have a choice. You're the boss of you. You don't have to be a slave to your desire just because your desire wants pleasure, and you can get pleasure through intimacy from her, through her, then you think you should follow that your desire. No, don't be a slave to your desire. Your desire wants to fulfill itself, get pleasure to be fulfilled through getting the pleasure, and then your ego gets fluffed. That's all. That's why you think, I can't get over her. Yes, you can. You can't get over your desire for pleasure and fluffing your ego. That's all. It's not her. You got to get over that. Then you automatically get over all these other things that are not qualified and suitable for you. I hope that helps you out on that note. Now, let me have a sip of tea. We'll go to your second part of the question.